Ernie Els, US Open champion, was today facing his first World Match Play final. First time also for Colin Montgomerie, the European #1. Wentworth today was set for an absorbing confrontation. Good evening. The final of the Toyota World Match Play Championship, Ernie Els against Colin Montgomerie, a championship that carries not only a great deal of prestige, but also a £160,000 top prize. Back in June, Els and Montgomerie met in a playoff for the US Open title. Els won on that occasion, but the West Course at Wentworth, on what was a rather chilly autumn day, represented a different kind of challenge. And Ernie Els had the best of the early exchanges of this 36-hole final. He was 3 up after 9 holes before Montgomerie pulled one back, Els having pulled his tee shot into the bracken alongside the 11th. So Montgomerie, 2 down, was given new heart and staged a recovery. Here at the 15th. And this approach looked almost certainly good enough to get him back to 1 down. Els had been just off the putting surface with his approach. This may be the first appearance in the World Match Play for Els, but he was showing all the right fighting qualities. And managed to keep his 2-hole lead intact. Then Montgomerie attacked again. This time with a big putt for a 3 at the 16th. Montgomerie back to within 1 with the 2 closing par 5s to come. They halved the 17th, but at 18, Els could do no better than a 5, and Montgomerie's chip from the back, well, it helped produce the birdie that at lunch got the match back to precisely where it started. "18 holes played, and Montgomerie and Els all square. Well, it was crucial to make a good start to the afternoon, and that good start was made by Els. This putt for a birdie at the first. Ernie Els 1 up once again. The next 3 holes were halved. At the 5th, well, Montgomerie is still battling hard, but frustratingly still remains 1 down. And that remained the match position as we join Els playing his second shot at the 9th.
Yeah, good shot, 15, 18 feet from the hole, fine iron shot.
Colin, some 15 yards nearer the green, 155 yards. This could only be an 8-iron, maybe even a 9-iron for Colin. He's hit it, give or take a few yards, 300 yards down here. It's an enormous drive. Certainly a very lofted blow and a good one. Yes, into the heart of the green. Good shot by Colin Montgomerie.
It'll be Ernie to putt first. He's 1 up. And so it's always nice to get your blow in first, and if he can pop it in. The screen is in a slight bowl. The edges are, you get the feeling, are a little bit higher than the middle of the green, like a narrow, thin saucer. But there are also lots of little runs through the green. No. Yes, it turned. I thought it was going to miss on the left, but it came in. It was moving very smartly. That was a very good putt. I thought he just kept it out too wide, and the pace was going to take it past the hole, and that's a cruel blow. Montgomerie out in 32. Not only has he holed out manfully from 3, 4, 5 feet at the right sort of moment thus far, he's managed to get a good putt in at a crucial moment. This to halve the hole and be out in 33. Well, I wonder if that run of the ball of Ernie Els has influenced Colin at all. He's coming, of course, from a slightly different angle, but I wonder if he thinks, well, this ball might run a little bit right to left. I don't fancy it does, if memory serves me right. I think this is straight or left a bit. Yeah, it was on the left side. And that will be a disappointment. He has to take a few deep breaths and forget about that. He hit a very good drive and an excellent second, but he was just beaten to the punch. And now 2 up as they go through the trees to the short 10th tee and tackle the final 9 holes.
And this 10th hole, as you can see, 186. You look across that band of heather and a very long slope that will take anything away to the right and into the trees. Plays round about a 4 or 5 iron. This looks like a 5 for Els. And he's gone the wrong side of the bank. That big bank along there is a comparatively new feature, and I'm pleased to see this year they put the spectators well behind it. Previous times they've had them up on top of it. But Els now left an awkward little pitch shot, and not a kind pin position, as Peter was saying earlier, for Colin Montgomerie, the fellow who moves the ball left to right to find a pin 5 yards from the left. He's really got to set it off across the spectators and hope it doesn't kick out. Well, some will say that that was lucky, the fact it kicked to the green, but you can see that it also kicked a long way forward, and he's not too delighted. But it was a tough flag position. He couldn't have teed up any further to the right than he did.
And a couple of days ago, when Ernie played Seve, he was over in more or less exactly the same spot. He's in the trodden part where the spectators have been. He played a beautiful shot from there against Seve, knocked it to within inches of the hole. Got tremendous spin on it, but I think this one's more difficult. He's got less green to play with, and the green running away from him with this pin position more on the front. Also a bit of swing from right to left.
Just bounced it, flecked it. What a shot. There wasn't a lot more that he could do there but accept that. There was an acceptance about the way he played the shot. Could have bumbled it up the bank and taken a chance on the run down. It's a little bit of what you fancy. Now there's 2 in it, 9 holes to go, and Colin would dearly love to win this hole with a 2 rather than just settle for Els maybe missing. He's given it a good healthy crack. Didn't allow much. That's a rather poor putt. Has that been given? Surely, yes, that's be well, I tell you, he's a generous man. Yes, Colin, it's not like that in Troon, is it? None of the Troonies would give you one of them. He must believe you hold everything. Wait till you see the next hole. This for a half. No. Well, Colin will give you the rest, but you've just lost the hole, and now only 1 up.
It's a tee, Monty. Watch his left heel. Can you pick it up? May have been a little quick. Again, that's right rough, but okay. It's a hole really where you don't care if you hit the fairway. Usually would care a lot about whether I put it on the prepared surface. He's going over into the weeds there. That's a view I've had a lot on a golf course, looking out from under something or over something. Now Ernie has to fight in a way. His misses generally go left, and you don't want to miss left on this hole. Started down the right and sounded big. Oh, that is large. That may even be an extra large.
So 196 yards still to go for Colin. Wind coming from his right a bit, helping a bit as well. So there's a question of how he sees this. The pin tucked up on the right-hand corner, so he's not in the ideal position, even though he hits the ball left to right. Tough to get at this flag for him. And the bunker there as well, so if he doesn't get it quite right, that's a fairly large, nasty one waiting for him. And I guess he'd try and get it just left of the flag and just leave it there, because that would be the ideal place. 3 or 4 iron for Colin. High shot going down the left half, just about pin high there for Colin Montgomerie. It's a sensible shot in the circumstances. It's about 25 feet away.
Magnificent drive here from Ernie, 305 yards. Really is big hitting that. So he's virtually annihilated the hole. Par 5, and he's only got around 180 to go for his second. Breeze following, so should get home from there with a 6, maybe a 7 iron. Came in from a good side. That pin tucked quite well away over to the right and the back, but coming from the perfect spot. And that's a good smooth swing, just right, should kick back. Oh yes, had the right set of bounces. Wonderful shot.
Now Monty with this 25 or 30 footer for his eagle. Might be a good time to make one. It's always a good time to make one, but feeling about Els, his putt very makeable for his eagle. Did you hit it? Did you hit it? Oh, it just died away as it lost speed. The putt is conceded. Now this putt about the same length he had at the last hole, looks like. All right, this to go 2 up. Oh, he hit it too hard. Hit it too hard and pulled it, so no thrill there.
This is the target that waits for them, and the pin 10 yards on and just 5 yards from the left-hand side. And the green, if you get away up the back of it, and if you play a sort of hooking, twisting iron shot that runs right up the back, you can have a treacherous putt coming down. I suppose with Colin being on the honour, a little fade, straight up the middle of the little turn to the right, and that'll put him in perfect view of the target. Just beginning to come out towards us now. It's much further out than it actually appears here on the screen. It's quite well safe. Now, memories always go through your head of the shot he hit this morning, the sort of start of his hook shots. His array had 1 or 2 tee shots that went left on him. If you go left here, you can see what's waiting up there. I think that's pretty good. He hit a monster up 12, he would have a real surge of confidence, and that's a good ball. But you know, with all his might and all his power, he doesn't knock it past Montgomerie. That's 2 very good tee shots.
So Ernie has the first crack at this 13th green. 178 yards to go. Bit of breeze against, but should just about be able to get home with a firm 5. Height certainly useful, and the pin only 10 yards on. Players virtually having to skirt or come over that left-hand bunker. But here's Colin, in desperate need now of a couple of birdies.
Clive, we get the idea that the branches there and the way he's looking at the wind, he may have to come up over the top of the trees. Rather, I don't think he's got a straight line to the hole without going over the top. How do you feel?
Well, yes, with his shape as well. But you see, he's further down the hole this afternoon. This morning he had about 200, so he's at 20 yards nearer. So he can get more height on the shot, which is exactly what he's done. Over the top, cutting it. Looks very good in the air.
Well, that was just a superb iron shot. This time he made no mistake, and Els has got a very tricky putt all the way back down the slope. Colin has eliminated that with the skill of that shot. Really was a wonderful golf shot to watch. Now, there's a familiar face. Can you see what he looks like? That's Niels Els, the father, who is over for a short stay from South Africa and went up to see the Dunhill Cup by way of Troon, Turnberry and Prestwick. Muirfield, played all the great Scottish courses, and those that his son will play over the future years. Now, Els, down the green. And I tell you, this is one of the difficult parts. Not only the speed, but the reading of it. A sort of saddle of the green. Could hear a pin drop out there. Beautiful sense of touch, judgment, speed. That'll be given, I'm pretty sure. But it did Colin a big favour, that ball. If you watched its last 4 or 5 rolls, you could see it moving over to the left quite sharply, and it convinces Colin that there is a break, and he'll have to take heed of it, a break from the right, from him. In one sense, as I'm sure he does, if there's going to be a turning point in this match in his favour, it really has to start about now. Not hard enough. Well, that was the opportunity, and it's gone.
Flagstick, center of the green. Colin, his feet, his body line should be to the left. Well, it looked like it started all right. And yes, well done. Very nice shot. Just keep giving yourself chances. You'll hit a good putt. You putt too well not to make something if you keep giving yourself that chance. Els now, who has struggled with this hole through the tournament. Missed it in the left bunker once, and to the left of the left bunker, which was truly a wild shot. A hole that started his runner-up finish at the PGA Championship when he 3-putted at the last round this year to lose to Olazabal by a shot. And an even better shot to answer Colin's good shot. So Els in about 12 feet from the hole, and Colin maybe 18 or 20 feet. Montgomerie now for his 2 for a birdie. Watch his stroke once again now. Just did a good putt. Did you hit it? Oh, look at that. You know it has to fall down toward the front of the green. Either he started it too high or it didn't move as he expected, but a much better putt than he hit the last hole. At least he gave himself a chance that time. But he knows that Els, of course, has a very makeable putt, and you can't afford to lose holes at this time. Now, this is downhill, and when it breaks, as it will, we'll move to Ernie's left. Got it. And there's nothing you can do about that, Colin. Just let him live a little, so he goes 2 up with 4 to play, and the hole gets a little deeper for Colin to crawl out of.
This a very good par 4 on the flag. Not really favouring Colin Montgomerie. Tucked away, back left. So all to play for. Oh, he's shaking his head. He may have pulled it. Caught the trap. Not the place to be. So Colin now must get a 4.
Unfortunately for Ernie, that's well up the face, so at best he can only just get over the ditch. He's going to have quite a long third.
So Els, you might say, in double trouble. He's up the face, can't get it very far down the fairway. Now Colin has got to find the fairway. That left to right slider of his, he doesn't want to go too tight to the trees down the right hand side. And there's lots of murmuring and oohing and ahhing, and nobody and he's followed, would you believe? He didn't get the cut, he followed him straight into trouble.
Well, just a few inches ahead of Ernie Els's, but in the same bunker, equally up the face, even more so than Ernie, in fact. So that's going to be probably as difficult for both of them, a real problem.
Both in the bunker, not a very punishing bunker, as you can see, but the problem here is the ditch that runs across the fairway, which goes sort of diagonally across the fairway. So the more the players go left, the longer it is. There it is. You see how it zigzags away? I fancy Ernie's they can both get over it, but if they miscue a bit, they run the risk of finding it. Ernie, in fact, is just popping out short. He didn't see the point in having a go at it. The bank doesn't look very severe. There's hardly much point in Montgomerie now running the risk of trying to be greedy. I don't know. You see, that lip isn't. I can think of many players who might, under different circumstances, have a cut at this one. Seve, for example, may well take a 4-iron or something, and Eric Brown, the old Scottish professional and international, he was wonderful at taking a 3- and 4-iron out of bunkers and flicking it off the top of the sand. Making a decision. Where his right hand is now, that's the lofted cleft. No, he's just pitching it out. Actually, there was a little bit of sand, it looked to be, behind the ball, so which would have impeded his strike. So 2 disappointing drives. Both down the left-hand side, finding trouble, but more disappointed for Colin. And that's what they've got to go to, the flag at the back of the green.
This wind has really become quite brisk in the last half hour or so, since we've come up from almost the valley down where the 12th and 13th run, and up here it's a very different story. It's almost a sort of one-club wind, I think we call it. In other words, whatever club you think it is, you hit one more. 175. That bunker shot which he had also, it was very steep where he was, and I think he was frightened of going for it in case it ballooned into the wind and ended up in the ditch. So I think that may be the reason he decided to take this view, especially as Els was in play. Looks like a 5-iron. Five-iron needs to come right. It's definitely nasty in the sand for Montgomerie. That's not going to do him any favours at all.
And the ball's plugged, half buried in the sand, and this for Ernie Els. He doesn't know, Colin doesn't know it's buried. Now Els needs to find the green. He certainly doesn't want to miss it on the left.
A great chance then for Ernie to build on his lead. 170 yards to go. He made a beautiful 3 here this morning, as indeed did Colin when he knocked it stone dead. Seems to be flighting those long irons well, and certainly coming in on the safer side there. There's a lot of green to the right, but not very much to the left.
That's okay, safely on the green for 3. Montgomerie 2 down and buried in the bunker for 3, so advantage very much with Els here. Now what's Colin going to do here? He's when you're buried in the bunker, all you can do really is break the wrist quickly and give it a heavy hard stab. The ball will come out all right, but it's a question of control. Virtually, you can't get any control over that. One of the best players I've ever seen at these shots was undoubtedly Chichi Rodriguez, who was a wonderful artist, but hardly any room. And unless he miscues or hits the bank and kills it, he should well end up well past the flag here. Fourth shot coming up. Because he might clatter the pin and it might go in. A la Trevino, Muirfield, circa 72. Well, he tried to play it, and that's a very good result. See how he just broke the wrist and dabbed into the sand, just climbed over the face of the bunker, but I think he must have the feeling now that he could be on the verge of going 3 down, but you never know. Now Els to win the hole, might have 2 putts for it for all we know, but Colin's got a chance for a 5. Good speed. That's a killer. Oh, thank you very much. I wouldn't have done that to you. Oh, that was vicious. And you see once more, you see simple shots, elementary mistakes at the end of the day are very, very costly indeed. We've seen several of them, and at the end of it all, that's what's the difference between winning and losing. Not always the wonderful, majestic shots, silly mistakes, very costly.
All right, Els now, just almost anything out to the right. It's a well-placed bunker down the left side. He's going to start this down the right side, and with his, there you go, his natural swing. Looking rather intently at it, and should, because, oh, he is left of the bunker. Now we'll see. May not be too bad, but we'll know in a moment. Colin, who is, he's in the light rough on the left, talking about Ernie Els, but Colin now with the driver, and he's driven on this hole every time that I've seen him this week, which shows a lot of confidence in his driving. Go. Is that close to the bunker also? Ooh, it was close, but it wiggles its way out almost to the fairway.
Ernie's got quite a good lie down there on the left, but I think he's too near the trees. He's in fact got about 100 and just over 130 to go to the pin fairly well on the front. I don't think he can get the shot up fast enough though, so he might have to hook it round, under and round.
Oh, Colin must be kicking himself for literally giving that hole to Els, even if he'd hold it. But 147 yards to go still for Colin into this wind here, out of a very fluffy lie. But the pin today is down the front left-hand corner, little front left-hand quarter of this 16th green. That didn't seem to come out of there very well at all, and it hasn't. It's well short. And it's in the semi-rough there, and just got caught up in that lie there. Didn't look too good, and that's the penalty you pay for not hitting the fairways round Wentworth.
On the other hand, with a wilder shot, Ernie's gotten a good lie, but he, as Clive said, he may be too close to the trees to go over them, so he's going to have to play some sort of hook, low hook. But as Peter pointed out, this where it used to be punishing rough, this shouldn't be too hard a shot. Actually, if he's got a good lie, stay him at the tower that you see. Go through the ball, just let your arms roll over a little quicker than you usually would. That'll produce a right to left type action. And it looks very nice indeed. Well, that may be the last nail for today. 3 up and 3 to play. Collins missed the green to the left. Els with another makeable putt. Well, I would say if he's going to go any more holes, he has to chip this one in. So let's hope he's got a good lie, one that he can do something with.
It's his birthday tomorrow, Dave, and what a nice thing for Ernie Els. What a lovely self-birthday present he's getting himself here, because I don't think there's any way he's going to lose this championship now. He's just played the right shot at the right moment and hold the right putt at the right moment. And, well, what is he, 25 tomorrow?
Yes.
6 years younger than Colin. And he seems to be just that little bit ahead of Colin when it comes to hitting the right shot. He's managed to do it more often than Colin had, certainly in this final. Colin misses this, Dave. I think it'll be shake hands.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not much hope when he's up there 5 or 6 feet from the hole. So let's hope he's got a good lie. He at least gives him a chance to show his skill. It's Emar, Mrs. Montgomerie. Very nice lady, wife of Colin. Still, when you look back at it, if he should lose, it's not a bad week. It's a good view. Now he's got a lofted club. Is he going to pitch it all the way on the green? It's going to move to his right, it looks like, when it hits. Nope, he knew it as soon as it left the club. And there's your winner of the Toyota World Match Play Championship, 24-year-old Ernie Els from South Africa. What a year he's had, Peter.
Well, Caddy's had a good year too, and well, so's Mrs. Montgomerie, really. She's had a good year. Shaking of the hands all around. The steward there, the white-haired gentleman, the shy and retiring Derek Pillage, who's done a sterling work today, scampering around the course. Oh, that's enough of that. And there's Dad. Mr. Els on the right. Who knows what the future holds for him. Very good victory indeed by Ernie Els.
It's a nice moment for me. I played pretty nicely this afternoon. I guess I just made more putts than Colin this afternoon.
Was that the key factor, do you think? It really happened on the putting green?
Yeah, I think we both hit it pretty nice. You know, I think key putts for me was obviously 14 and 15, but before that I made 1 on 9, and Colin missed a couple today. But you know, it's a great feeling to stand here as a winner after a pretty long week.
It has been hard work, obviously, and important, I think, for you to start well this afternoon, because I know you were disappointed the way you finished this morning.
Yes, yeah, I was playing well this morning, and you know, I had a good start. I was 3 up after 9 or something, and then I made a couple of mental mistakes coming in, and Colin played solid. He birdied the last hole at least, and you know, it felt like I threw a good chance away there.
Sure. Now, it's a form of golf that you have played before, obviously, but not here. You've clearly enjoyed your first visit to the World Match Play.
Oh yes, I'd love to be back, and there's a fellow countryman of mine that's won it 5 times, and I've got some catching up to do.
Is that in your sights?
Well, I hope so. Well, at least I got 1 under my belt, but you know, I enjoy the West Course at Wentworth. It's a great golf course. The people here that come watch are really nice, and you know, it's just a very enjoyable week. They look after us well, and Toyota's a great sponsor.
And it's a very nice early birthday present for you as well. Happy birthday for tomorrow. I'm sure you'll be celebrating tonight. Congratulations, Annie.
Thank you very much. I'll have a couple of champagnes on the plane tonight.
Well done.
Thank you.
A match that had been close for most of the day ends with a comparatively comfortable win for Ernie Els, but both he and Colin Montgomerie can look back on a fine week and excellent seasons. Third place was taken by Jose Maria Olazabal, who beat Vijay Singh 2 and 1. He was never behind in their 18-hole match. But the winner on his Toyota World Match Play debut, the US Open champion, Ernie Els.
Picture this, the death 2 years ago of Marianne, aged 93, key witness to some alarming poltergeist activity. Picture this, the rector's wife, loving granny, bigamist or fraudster. Kevin, in search of his real mother, uncovers Marianne's deceitful past.
I thought, oh my God, what have I married into? This is his nana? Is she supposed to be psychic?
Picture this on BBC Two, a window into the everyday lives of some extraordinary people. Starting Tuesday at 8.
Romantic drama on BBC One in 5 minutes as a young man attempts to rekindle the flames of passion. BBC Two takes pole position now with more action from the Snooker Grand Prix, introduced by David Vine.